Just a little bit of shit.
Completely
Let's see.
random shit.
Yeah, Lindis got herself on a no list at the local station.
Right.
Z had close encounters of the sewer kind. And
Mm-hmm.
Kaya just got off scot-free that session. And that's all.
Kaya's making a new friend.
Kaya went to go see scientist who Kaya is now adopting. That's now her NPC. That is giving her a piece that she can put on her bike that may or may not explode the bike. If it doesn't explode the bike, it may make it go super, super fast. But
Ooh,
there
worth
is
it.
also the chance of imminent death.
Worth
That's
it.
why she's gonna take him on the test drive with her.
Lindis decided to probably place a bomb. We're pretty sure it's
Probably
a
a
bomb.
bomb.
Near the outer hull of the station, in a like a dead drop. And then is now on a no-go list to get between the arms. And then Legacy went looking for the mole people in the sewers and instead found cyberpunk machine mutant horrors and almost died. But managed to get away, but everybody thinks she's insane now. So that's fun.
I mean, really, has anything changed?
Oh, damn.
Just raving about it and just like, is this one of your conspiracies again? It's like, no, this one's real. Just, you. Oh, Legacy.
The only thing, the thing is she talks about conspiracies, but the only stuff she's ever like is real is the fucking like oligarch company shit that pretty much everybody, at least in the apartment, kind of knows is real no matter what she says. So this is the first time she's come in with like the crazy psycho stuff and said, look, this is real. So it is a little bit weird for her.
It's definitely off-putting to have someone who's committed to the idea of like there's literally a weird absorbing metal thingy in the sewers. I swear to God, swear on me, Mum. But still hard to believe. Though your pictures do certainly show something.
We know it doesn't like Red Bull.
I mean, it takes the Red Bull.
Or it
but then
really
just,
likes
it just likes
Red
the
Bull.
cans. It doesn't like the drink.
How do we know
Sounds
that?
like it could be a friend.
Wait, who? Somebody asked a question? What was the question?
I was asking, how do you know about the Red Bull? I feel like there's more to that, and I want to know.
Legacy went down into the sewers, found this weird metal monster mutant thing that had human eyes but was made out of a whole bunch of sharp bits of metal. And it tried to reach out and touch her, and she decided she was going to hand it a Red Bull instead of letting it touch her to see what happened. And it crushed the Red Bull and absorbed the can into its body. And that's when Legacy decided to run.
That's fair.
That's the point. She's like, yeah, that doesn't sound like a good day. Well, something that can do that to a can of Red Bull shouldn't touch my skin. And it chased her out of the sewers and apparently implied left the sewers because she didn't have the strength nor the desire to spend the time covering the manhole again. So Eldritch horror cyberpunk style is possibly unleashed on the station.
Mm-hmm. Joe's Call of Cthulhu showed that session.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fine.
And this will be like, you admit to the possibility of all this corporation stuff being conspiracies, but you won't back down from sewer mole people.
Wait, what?
God.
I was like, Lindis is like, so you admit that all of this stuff with the corporations might be conspiracies, but you won't back down from sewer mole people.
She's adamant that stuff's not conspiracy theories, because that's like,
Okay.
she can find proof of some of that, and has, probably, in the past. And you're a fucking information broker, so you should know.
Yeah.
But the mole people is the first one that like, across the board people would be like, that's some bullshit. And she would be like, that's actually not bullshit. that's like sounds crazy, but it's real. There's weirder shit out there.
It's one of those things where it's like, person says something that you know is true, and then something that is completely bonkers. Is the bonkers thing true because they said something true, or the thing that they said is true is the only thing that's right about what they say?
I mean,
Just like, huh?
Legacy's crazy, but she's not that crazy.
Look, the world is on fucking fire.
So, we are going to pick up the following morning after the fun little individual escapades of the previous session, which, mind you, that all took place in one day. All of you did your separate things, which I did not intend to be separate things. All of you did these separate tasks on your own over the course of the day, and then came back in the evening. But Legacy was the last one to come back after a distinctly long stretch of time having no Legacy around.
She's out of the apartment way longer than she normally ever is.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Yeah, I like to imagine she comes in right before Kaya's about to call in a search party.
So, you come in and then you explain all of the events to the best of your ability, but it's really late and everyone's really tired, so you end up crashing. Then the following day, you have Dee and Karen been just kind of vibing, doing your own private work in the background, while everyone else has been doing their like cartoonish romp throughout the various wards and city. You have found out that between your sleuthing D and your like very like thorough social media-ing Karen, that there is going to be a big like gathering for a race that's going to happen. And it's unusual in the fact that most of the time this sort of thing doesn't get a lot of publicity because it's the nature of the activity is super illegal. But this one has a lot of kind of clout to it. And it's not being publicized in the same way. But it's I'm trying to think of a good analogy to compare this to. Think of it like when there is a publicized gathering that is not sanctioned by like the city, or like, hey, people are tweeting about this big event that's going to happen and it starts to turn into an illegal gathering of like way too many people. It's sort of like that. People are talking about, hey, at this really late hour we're going to have a bunch of people here, we're going to race, blah 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 blah. And it's one of these things that's like the police could try to come down and bust it, but also they don't really care because that like there's no reason to care. There's nothing at stake, for at least in the eyes of the police. But you know that it's going to be in the Sihin ward, which I can post a picture of. And this ward is like the archetypical perfect cyberpunk city. It's got all of the fun of nightlife with some of the business. It's the city, the part of Grand Cross that never turns off. It's a light with neon. And the race will be going from a part in Seahin Ward on to the hyperlane that connects Seahin to Voyager to Turing. And then it will turn and then go from the hyperlane that connects one end of the Turing ward to the other, and then it will come back around to the Seahin ward. So the race is like it's basically this long, crazy stretch of interconnected lanes that go out in large swoops into the actual vacuum of space. And the implication is that you can't actually go and race unless you have a suit. But you know, that's you can show up there and just look like a loser if you don't want to if you have no suit. But the gathering place is not listed. People who know will know. D, you actually can find out if you make me a good a sleuthing roll for probably. Let's see, what's a good sleuth roll? Like clever.
Okay. Great.
And if you have detective work stuff that you can add to it.
Okay. Alright. Okay. Clever. I don't really have any bonuses to it, so I'm just gonna roll.
Okay. Ooh. So you know about the race, but it's not as easy to get like a firm location out of all of your out of any of your typical sources.
Yeah.
So you go around and ask people, and they all seem to know about it, but they don't know where it's going to happen. They just know okay, well, I mean, yeah, it's going to be this really bombastic thing, but I don't know, it's going to go around the city or the station. So presumably somewhere near the hyperlanes, which doesn't really narrow it down. But Kaya, you know that your coworker, who told you about the race to begin with, has an inn. If you recall, the coworker Chains, he knows where it's going to be, and he has told you in private.
Right.
You informing your roommates so they can come?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know if she would. You probably see her packing up, wearing fucking like a riding outfit. So maybe
What'd
that
you
would
get
raise.
there, Kaya?
Yeah, Kaya's probably gotten dressed. She's ditched her usual jumpsuit. She's got I guess a riding outfit of I don't know, leather jacket and thick durable pants as well. A lot more form fitting, so to not get snagged than her usual jumpsuit that's just loose and full of random shit in her pockets.
What you got there, Kaya?
She's holding up a breakfast sandwich. Breakfast.
It's like Legacy pop out of her room, just head, cup noodles in hand. Where you going though?
Going out for a little drive. Why?
You don't dress up for drives.
And is this leather? She says, and she pokes at the jacket. I didn't think leather.
It's old. Thought I'd
What?
dig it out. Feeling
I
nostalgic.
think it looks nice.
Where are they here?
Yeah, fuck it. So the door like
Over. Oh yeah.
slides open quietly, and D and Karen. D walks in, followed closely by Karen.
No
D definitely knows where you live at this point.
No, wait. How'd you? Did someone give him a key?
I don't know, but I'm going to fix that problem very quickly.
Okay.
D just sits down, like makes himself at home.
Larry peters up to you, holding like a bottle of water on top of his head.
Just Legacy, like, no, Larry, we do not serve intruders. These are intruders. They get no water.
Oh, was I not supposed to? I mean, I can go back outside. She just he just starts walking outside.
Wait, hold on. Is there something that you want to talk about? Like-
I don't know. Weren't we supposed to meet up here for something?
Were we?
And
Were
he just,
we?
he just looks at his like paper and he was just like, "Oh no, never mind," and he just starts walking off. wrong apartment.
What? Does he have keys to all the apartments?
There's probably a bit of force put behind the door
Oh
that
yeah,
you
your
can
door
see.
your door is just like bashed open.
What? Hold on. No. We're gonna talk about this. Sit back down.
He just like grabs it and tries to like put it back.
No. We're gonna be talking about this. What? You could have just knocked.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Why is that not your first instinct? I'm bad with people, and I know to knock.
Any of you need anything? Because I'm gonna kick somebody else's door down. See you around.
What? All right.
Oh,
You know
Why
what?
are we
okay,
kicking
I'm
people's
gonna
door down?
I'm gonna head out too.
Where are you going?
Hold
You still
it.
not answered the
Hold
question.
it. Yeah, Linus puts a hand on her shoulder. You still haven't told us what you're doing, young lady.
Young lady, I think she's older than you.
Yeah, I was gonna
That's the joke.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure she's going out for a ride as he like tries to put your door back.
Out for a ride, huh?
Yeah, you ever do that? You know?
Oh
No.
my god. D, as you try to put the door back, you just have this like Red Bull zing right by your head.
Oh,
Just
can I
shoo,
can I
kun,
see if I can catch it?
Sure, roll quick.
Holy shit.
Okay, cool. Oh man, I hope this works because that looked really cool. All right, here we go.
That's Legacy's like weapons for this entire game now. She just has an endless supply of like Red Bulls she like launches at people.
You do manage. It's not as cool as you want it to be, but you do manage to catch the Red Bull. So you reach your hand out and just tink tink. Oh shit, and then you catch it.
I start to absorb it into my. I'm just kidding.
Holy shit.
No, he just drinks it. He's just like thanks. He walks out.
It's like got drip. It's like 2 or 3 drops in it.
Yeah, shit.
So while this like commotion is going on, Legacy, you actually get a text message from Marcus.
Oh no.
He has sent you a message, and it says, "Hey, are you busy tonight?"
She'll like pause. You see her go from this like chaotic like yelling at everybody to like frozen and then shuffling back to her room as she's staring at her arm.
Oh.
She'll respond like, not particularly. You have any thoughts?
You get the little like dots as the message comes through, and it comes through, and he says, Well, I hear there's this big race thing going on in Seahin Ward, and I thought it'd be cool to go watch.
Hold
It's
on.
all high-tech bike stuff.
I'm going to roll something. See if I can connect the dots.
You see Kaya wheeling out her bike.
Hey, a 7's technically a success, right?
I would be willing to say that you are able to be like, wait, high-tech bike race in Seahin Ward, and Kaya's just like trying to on the sly go for a quote unquote ride.
Legacy
That smells fishy.
shoots out of her room, launches herself like half on Lindis as you're going racing.
You're going racing? That doesn't sound like Kaya.
She's going racing.
Kaya freezes.
Accusingly.
Kaya freezes.
It's like Legacy waving her. Marcus said there's a race tonight. You're sneaking out. You're going racing.
I don't think I'm sneaking out. I think I'm just kind of just walking into the door.
You're avoiding our questions. You're sneaking out. You're racing.
What in the
Why did you tell me? I'll promote it. I'll promote it on stream for you.
No. This kind of thing, I thought I'd put this all behind me. This is just a one-time thing. Listen, this is illegal. Do not stream this.
And meanwhile, Legacy is immediately going, turns out my roommate is in the race tonight. Y'all come if you go.
Yeah, Linda's the exact same thing, with a video message.
Marcus responds with like, wait, holy shit! The big one? The tall girl?
I know, I didn't know she did, but apparently she is.
Larry also didn't know.
I'm just sending a message. Hey, there's supposedly a big race going downtown, and my best friend's entering, so be sure to come say hi to her.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
It's the younger sisters catching the older sister doing something they're not supposed to do for once.
Oh, yeah.
And just yes!
Just for once. Oh my god.
And Dee would just probably still be in the fucking doorway hearing all of this chaos.
Yeah, what's Karen doing? Hold on.
We all know what Corinne's doing.
She's definitely taking selfies and Instagramming and doing some live stories during all of this, but not sharing any pertinent information.
Okay. I mean, you can have Larry post pictures with you if you want. He'd be down for that.
If there's anything identifiable about the apartment or any piece of legacy in those pictures, that phone is going to disappear before the night is over.
Hold on, wait, Joe. Can filters work on drones?
Wait, I mean, like a face filter?
Yeah, like Snapchat filters.
I mean, if you gave if you gave Larry the ability to have it wouldn't work perfectly, but some of them work.
Well, if there's dog and cat specialty filters, I imagine there's probably drone specialty ones by the time Cyberpunk comes around.
Yeah, it's you could also just program his actual face and display to do the same thing that the filter would do.
Oh hell yeah!
So that he could have hologrammed display pieces that look like the fucking filters in real life.
Oh my god, that's fucking awesome. Wait, oh my god. Hologram uwoos.
Oh no. But as you're suddenly realizing how uwu you can make Larry, you get a message from one Ben Getty. The guy who you responded to his ad for the machine. He had said Okay, so I'll meet you at Seahin Ward, because I'm not getting on that fucking bike until you absolutely have to make me.
He's gonna join me for the fucking race. I love it. Hell yeah. Yes.
I
Okay.
need to pick out date night outfit.
What?
Nothing. I'm scrolling through Pinterest. You'll see in a minute.
My headphones cut out at the worst time. God damn it. All right. Kaya gives. She explains. Also, I like to think that like her jacket and like her helmet, her jacket has like her old fucking racing name on it.
What's your
Ooh,
racing name?
I was gonna say, do you have a racing name?
Yeah, like I said, very simple. Her bike's red, her hair is red, her jacket's red. Red Racer.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were gonna be like Akira or some shit.
No.
Oh.
Mm-mm. Nope. Red Racer. Simple. To the point. Like, yeah, that's like embroidered on the back of her jacket.
Okay, so
Awesome.
you said this is like Neon City, right?
Yes,
Or-
this we are going to the cyberist punkinest city. It's all it is like a downtown like nightlife fueled like bars and cafes and nightclubs, all sorts of crazy shit. It is the most poppin' part of town. So let me go here. Right. So, are you going to see Hin Ward? Or so I said that this was in the morning. The race takes place. The race actually happens at night. Is there anything you want to do until then? Or is there anything you wanted to try and accomplish before then?
Hold on. I think we talked about I think we talked about what was it? Getting something about a helmet with the three
Oh,
sash.
you had said to Ben Getty that or Ben Getty had promised that he would get you a spacesuit.
Mhm. All right. Okay.
So he is going to meet you and have a suit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
And presumably
But if
his own
there's
suit.
yes, he is getting his own as well, begrudgingly.
This is gonna be great.
But is there anything else that you wanted to do before race time, or do you want to just pan straight to race time?
It's up to the others.
Legacy will have a mental breakdown because apparently she's going to be meeting up with Marcus and she was not intending to, but that's going to happen. But then eventually she'll get herself together and head out and be teasing Kaya the entire time that she is able to.
Teasing Kaya about what?
About her illicit past that she has kept under wraps and not told anybody.
We're absolutely fair about this.
And then also just like harassing Dee for breaking their fucking door.
What?
All right. You know, it's goddamn. Fucking broke down the door rather than knock. I love it.
Dee is going to fix their door.
Sure, Jan.
Kaya
So-
can probably fix it when she gets back.
It's fine.
He
There's
broke
this
it, he
is
fixes it.
the door itself is like automated for the most part. It slides rather than swings. So it's you just kind of like a garage door that's kind of off its hinges. You just kind of slide it back into place, and you're like, all right, that's fine.
Good enough.
There's not a lot of break-ins in this area, mostly because nobody has anything that anybody else wants to steal. It's just kind of like a thing. Like, what are they gonna do? Steal your pillow, or like a cup noodle?
It's still
The Red
he
Bull.
I'm gonna
broke
drag
in-
Legacy.
He broke
and
into
go
the
shop
fucking
there.
paranoid chick's apartment.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah, and she just had a run-in with a fucking mutant the night beforehand,
Yeah,
so she's
she-
extra on
Oh
edge.
yeah, she's all stressed.
We're gonna have to turn the fucking apartment into Fort Knox over the next couple of days, cause we've already had like security issues on the like network side. We finally got fixed. Now we have fucking Double D busting through the door like Kool-Aid Man. Shouldn't be doing that.
Mm.
She's probably
Is th-
threatens to like turn off his fucking cybernetics if he does it again.
God,
Wouldn't that kill him?
I just cease to exist.
I will figure out how to shut off your arms and legs and you're just rolling everywhere.
And then I'll just like roll into your house. I just crash roll in.
Like we haven't seen him in like what 2 days, and here he is.
So if there's nothing else that y'all want to accomplish or
There
try
are
to
things
do,
I want to do, boss.
what do you want to do?
I'm taking Legacy and we're going shopping.
Oh god.
Ooh.
Date night. Kaya wants to come along.
Ooh, makeover episode.
Makeover episode
Oh god.
Before the
Run
race.
coming with.
before the race. Hell yeah. You know,
Yeah, like Lynn's already in the outfit that I showed you, but she's like, "All right, come on, girl, it's your turn." We gonna-
she just
we gonna
walks
pretty
into
you
her
up.
room, walks back out after 30 seconds like this.
Yep.
Hey. Legacy had a good outfit. Leave her alone. The outfit
I like
with the
the-
fucking like neon extensions. She's just gonna like clip in.
I didn't even see it.
I like to think Lindis has the Tony Stark like early stages of the Iron Man suit machine, except it's for clothing.
Yep.
But where are you looking to go? Are you looking to go to like a fashion chain? Are you going to go to a different ward to find a different?
Well,
to
first
find,
of
like, some
all, we need to
upper-
get this girl some clothes.
Okay.
She has clothes.
No, you don't.
Yes, she does.
No, we're gonna get you some actual clothing besides hoodies. You're
Those
gonna
are
make your best
clothes.
impression. No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No.
Look, she was in like a partial hoodie at the club and she still landed this dude. So she's good.
Hey,
No, this is my domain. You are not. I'm not allowing this.
You have seceded all hope of getting me off your back. I am going to dress you.
Look,
Okay.
computers and stuff are your domain. Fashion is my domain.
No, it's not. Fucking cat ears is your domain.
Hey, people love the cat ears.
So you know of a few different places that have probably very suitable fashion areas. There's places in Seahin Ward. There's places in Adams Ward, but they're not as nice. You know, the Marukyu Ward, which is attached to Seahin, has a lot of like young, kind of like budget but still kind of cool vibes to it. It is probably the most suffused with fashion options.
Yeah.
Marukyu Ward, which is attached to, it's the one attached to Seahin Ward. Yeah, this is the one that has it is like mostly commercial, but not. It's not like fuck you expensive. The kind of shit you would find in the upper echelon of Voyager Ward.
Yeah. Look, we don't. You don't have to dress like me. I know that's gonna be a little too hard for you, but let's get you at least something nicer, okay? Maybe like a nicer hoodie, if nothing else.
This is a nice hoodie. What are you talking about? It's not the giant ones I walk around in the apartment.
Linda's kind of like grabs the
It's
hoodie and
one
like
that's-
feels the fabric underneath her fingers, and she just shakes her head. No.
I'm going to fuck up your next live stream so much.
Oh my god.
Let me help
Okay.
you.
Okay. I think we should take a break, figure out, maybe a compromise, maybe.
So, the place that you have bought a lot of your high-end cool fashion, and this is also coincidentally one of the places that Too Cute shops. There is a place
Coincidentally,
in
completely.
it's popular with like the typical like gamer
Yeah.
fashion aesthetic, but it's all very sleek. It's called Zero Q for zero questions.
Mhm.
And that is like the highfalutin, edgy, but like still kind of rebellious and like it's very marketed rebellious fashion.
This is gonna be perfect for you. Look, let's get you like a neon, cybery hoodie that you like. Maybe one with like a techno design to suit you. You know. Look, fashion is important, Lynn. Even if you don't care about it, you gotta make your mark. Let's go.
I mean, I'm imagining you guys managed to like drag her along, but she is fighting the entire fucking way.
Oh yeah, I imagine.
The entire way.
So, you jump aboard one of the transits. How for is everyone going on this adventure? Or is it just Legacy and
That was
Lindis?
fun.
What?
Is everyone going
I
on this
thought
fashion
was
adventure?
fun,
Karen 100% is.
Oh
Yeah.
god. No.
Oh no. Oh
Kai will
yes.
come as a buffer.
Yeah, we drag Kyle on too, because she needs something good for her race. She needs to look good.
Perfect.
I think she looks good already. I mean,
Well, you thought
Linda's
that's
wrong.
safe.
eye.
What else could there be other than fucking a leather outfit for riding in case she
We can
falls
get
on her
you some
ass?
riding accessories, okay?
That seems a little unsafe.
Lacey is suddenly glad that she is not the only one that is all of a sudden getting this, like, dirge of attention she doesn't want.
You know what? Alright, just because you gave Kaya shit earlier, you know what? Alright, let's go find outfits for the both of us.
Look, the only one that gets it here is Karen, and y'all really need to get to our level, okay? That's all I'm saying.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
No.
Doesn't
No.
he need an outfit too? Kaya pokes her thumb over at Double D.
Oh, Double D's not there. You
Yeah,
can
yeah.
just-
Linda takes a look at D. It's like, no. He's perfect. He's got the vibe. He's good.
Mixing Red Bull and vodka
He's
in the
got it.
background.
Like he's not
Oh,
even
God.
paying attention. He's just like sipping on his like Red Bull vodka.
Jesus
Trying
Christ.
it first.
Like, yeah, no, that man knows what he's about. He's good. You two, on the other hand.
Alright, but I want the jacket still. I gotta have the jacket.
Okay. So you all pile in the transit and hop over to Maruki Ward. And as you get there, you're greeted with the sight of what essentially feels like a multi-layered live-in mega shopping center. Maruki Ward has it is like the Mall of America if the mall was America. You can see there's apartment complexes that are super fancy, and all of them are way higher up in the upper areas, and all of the stuff low down near the promenade has all of this really elaborate and cool, unique store designs and storefronts. There's a mix of neon signs and actual signage built in such a way that the part of the building is the sign, like cut and manipulated metal and plastics and carbon fiber to actually like make this sleek, crazy, unique sort of structure. You can see GameStops and like, or not. Well, not GameStop. Sorry, game stores. Game traffic lights. Yeah, you
Okay, they're
see,
still going strong. Goddamn.
yeah, you see game stores. You see, like other like many different clothing chains. You see a movie theater. You see an arcade. You see all of this stuff just up and down and all around you. And this place is popping. This is the kind of like high energy commercial zone that you would expect to find on a place like this. And off towards the side, once you get into the main promenade, you can see a. Think of it like you know the flying machine that Da Vinci made, the like swirling, kind of twisty device. You see a building that evokes that sort of shape. It is like an ice cream swirl that bends and twists upward, and it turns into a gigantic Q. And underneath it, it says it has the 0 as part of the entrance, like a threshold, and that is 0Q, the premier, one-of-a-kind fashion stop that only exists on Grand Cross, and makes a statement by doing so, by having like the high-end brands at more, or high-end style fashion at more reasonable prices, and as well as like innovating fashion through unusual and like trendy styles.
Ooh.
You actually see, as you're walking in, like several neon like curved screens where they have advertisements and such posted. There's an advertisement that has Too Cute for You wearing one of their jackets.
Ooh.
And she's like, like the advertisement is literally just her holding like a nondescript like drink with a straw coming out of it, and she's got the jacket like with the collar popped around it, and it's this white like chic looking nylon style jacket, and she like looks over her shoulder at the camera and then takes a sip from the drink, and it makes a very exaggerated like noise, and then it zooms back out and it's a 0Q, and it's just, that's literally it.
I bet she has vodka and Red Bull in that drink.
Well, does she? You know her
Not
back,
sure
right?
yet.
I don't know. You'll never know. You'll have to ask Too Cute for You when the next time you see her if she had vodka when she shot that commercial. But she somehow manages to maintain the same air of disinterest even on a screen with her like flat affect. She does wear their clothing and does like it, but does not care to act enthusiastic about it. And as you walk in, you are beset by neon colors and strobe lighting ranging from blues to reds to greens, yellows. It is this. It looks like a nightclub, but it still is this high-end clothing place. There's multiple floors with different brand names and styles pinned above where you can see, like, in this sort of atrium, you look around and you can see the different names, sort of like where you would see men's, women's, etc., in a normal store, except that there are just brand names or style names, like Future Cut or Neon Overload or Reject Retribution, and all of the different like aesthetics can represent themselves. But before you have the opportunity to actually enjoy a shopping trip on your own, you are approached by, of course, the local 9-to-5er who has to ask you if you need help. Except this time, it's a little bit more unique. You are approached by an android, or seeming android, a person with a visor, like a wrap around black bar around their eyes and around where their mouth would be. And the actual black bar is similar to Larry, actually. It's a digital representation of eyes and a mouth. And the eyes come through, and at first they're not very detailed. They look like dots, but they swirl around for a second, and then they turn into the sort of like rubber hose cartoon, like cheese wedge eyes. And then the mouth is like a cute little, like, it literally looks like the letter D, except it's turned on its side.
Hey.
And this person walks up and just goes, "Well, hello, fashionista," and they push everyone else out of the way to get to Lindis.
Yeah.
And they're just like, "You know what you're doing, and I trust we are not here for you, but for the rest of these sad sacks."
You're completely right. I have to deal with their fashion emergency. I know what I'm doing, though.
I totally believe you, and I respect it. Power move. But listen, I wouldn't be doing my job, and I wouldn't be doing my due diligence if I did not try to alleviate some of this. And she looks specifically at Double D, and Kaya, and says, "If I didn't try to alleviate some of this weight from your shoulders. So, hun, if you need it, I can help you. I've got people," and snaps his fingers, and then like 3 or 4 other androids turn their heads.
Legacy, what's your color? By the way, like, what would you say your color is, Z?
She's trying to sneak away. She saw opportunity. She's like,
Yeah, no, Linda's
Oh
like,
no.
Linda's
Kaya
like,
has a
I'm
hand
not
on her.
notices this.
Double D is going with Legacy. Like fuck this.
No. Kaya has a hand on Legacy. She's in this. Legacy's not getting out of this.
Double D walked off.
How do you think they got Legacy here in the first place?
But yeah, Z, what would you say Legacy's color is?
I mean, most of the time when she's like, quote unquote, trying to look nice, she wears like the holographic shit like that's in that picture. She's not a color per se. It's shiny.
It's like a chrome sheen, something that's reflective.
Because like even when she was at the club, it was the purpley holographic shit. And I mean, when she's at home, it's usually yellows and purples, but when she's out, different. If Kaya stops Legacy, Legacy is tripping D.
I roll too though. I'm definitely tripping.
All right, let's get my friend here a chromatic mesh mini hoodie, something that exposes the waist, with like a small little hoodie on to suit her.
You can see like there's a second android that has somehow like manifested from behind this person who's standing in front of you, the double visor android, and they are taking notes like in an old-fashioned spiral ring notebook with a pen.
Let's see. So we got the mini hoodie for her. Let's get her. Well, she probably would refuse to wear a mini skirt, but maybe like a medium skirt. Make it
I
glowy.
am
Try
not
to match the
wearing a
color.
skirt. I am not wearing a skirt. I will
You're not wearing a
murder
skirt?
everyone in here. I am
But
not wearing a
legs,
skirt.
come on.
I will murder everyone in here.
Okay, let's get her some hot
The
pants.
the android leans in and just goes, "Listen, I respect the commitment to your look, although a skirt would definitely kill someone for you, especially with those legs." And he points to your legs, even though they're like in baggy cargo-esque sort of pants. He just goes, "You have nothing to hide, and I know this. I have X-ray vision. I don't." And he like puts a hand to cover his mouth as he says that to Lindis.
See, this android.
If
This.
if there was ever a look that promised to take a robot apart piece by piece, that's exactly what Legacy is shooting this android.
He puts a hand on his chest and just goes, "Oh, I am trying to help you. And I know that this is an encroaching on your style, your bodily autonomy." All the other androids snap. And he looks at you and just goes, like, gestures up and down and just goes, "I want to respect the style that you have come to find as your own. Independence number one." All the other androids snap again. "But trust me, I know fashion. And you know, presumably, something. But I can assure you," and he reaches out and like pinches some of the fabric between his two metal fingers and just goes, "It's not fashion. No offense. Let me help you be the best you can be. I know there's a man in your life, or a woman, or an android." And he puts a hand to his like to his lips, or where his lips would be. For the record, his face is not animating. He is just weirdly like frozen in his affect.
Lindis, fix this before I plug a cord in somewhere and things start blowing up.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna step in here. All right. How about this? All right. No skirts. What about shorts?
The android like
Pants.
puts
Pants.
one hand
Pants.
does the like one hand on the elbow and the other hand like kind of holding the invisible cigarette pose and just kind of goes, "We can make do with some stylish pants, some slacks, maybe some kind of neo chinos. I have the perfect brand for you." And he points to Kaya and does like the finger walk up her like her collar area and just goes, "This jacket needs to go, preferably now. But I can see it's got some emotional attachment. At least I hope it would, because there's no other reason to wear it. I would love to fit you up. We can make this the highlight, though I think you could just highlight something else. But again, that's what we're here for." And then snaps, and then all the other androids snap.
Kaya's taking a deep breath. All right. She looks over to Lindis. You realize that, like, you're gonna be paying for all this, right? If you insist on this.
Legacy slowly is crouching down and helping D up. Just like whispering to him, "If we work together,
We suffer together.
If we do it at the same time, I'll go left, you go right.
We might have a
Piper?
shot."
We can take it. You ready? On 3.
Piper, I think your mic is broken.
Hello?
Piper, no! Piper,
Okay.
no! No!
No.
Princess.
Hello.
There we go.
Hello.
Hey.
Yes. Well, I guess you guys didn't hear me. What I was saying was, yeah, let's get
Mm-mm.
like some leather pants that kind of glow to match the hoodie that I'm buying for her. And I was trying to say, Kaya, we can't really afford to get her anything new because she can't. Well, she's gonna dirty it up regardless, so we're gonna wait for that. We're just gonna get her some new gloves and like a racing necklace, so she has something over her neck. At least something to match it out, is what Lynn is like explaining to the droid.
But you
The
realize
android, there's the note-taking android is like writing really like.
All right, you ready? On the count of 3.
nope. Hands on both of your shoulders, pulling you back in. Getting through this.
All right, 1.
No.
One of the androids, the main like like bluish toned android who's been talking this whole time, like looks over to Lindis and then looks at the rest of the group and then looks at Lindis and just goes, I have a friend who might be able to help you better than me. They're not as savvy as me, but I think they have the right vibe that everyone else is looking for, and they're good. They're not me good, but they're good. Of course, we're all good, but nobody can help to be as good as me here. But regardless of that, I'm going to put you in contact with her, and she will get you fitted up and out. And then he turns on his heel and snaps, and then all the other androids like come to attention, except the one with the notepad. And you can see the one with the notepad has like a bright red paint job that kind of shines and gleams in like a metallic way, and with black accents underneath it. There's no facial features. It is a smooth faceplate with just the barest. It looks like the Daft Punk helmet, except instead of having the black screen, it is just a sheer metal red faceplate. And that android steps to the side and starts like stops taking notes, and the rest of the group starts to march away. And you've noticed at this point the way that they've been talking to you and kind of looking at you and measuring you and just kind of moving around, it's pulled you further into the store so that you're kind of in the main like center of the room. Whether you were intending to be here or not, they kind of just sashayed you into this area. But as the one like somewhat pompous android walks away, there is a girl with an undercut that is like a powder blue, and she has a cybernetic, like her face is divided down the middle and it's half cybernetic, and it's a perfect recreation of the other half of her face, so her face is symmetrical. It's a little unnerving to have a perfectly symmetrical face, though the left half of it is entirely cybernetic, and you can see there's like the metal and plates and wiring have a faint bluish tone to them. And she walks up. She is wearing this like almost it's something that you could probably see Kaya wearing. It's like a short leather jacket with a grungy t-shirt underneath, and like distressed jeans with some punk boots. This is a very hardcore punk aesthetic kind of person. And you can see that her collarbone and her neck and her left hand, the left half of anything that seems to be exposed, any exposed skin, seems to be cybernetic, all in that faint bluish tint with the visible wiring gleaming in the light. And she walks up and says, "Hey, I was told that you need help finding some fucking clothes."
Legacy or Lindis points to Legacy. For her, we need a mini like chromatic hoodie, with the matching set of leather pants, and then for the racer girl, a silver chain and some fashionable gloves will do.
This girl puts her hand to her chin and kind of strokes it and just goes, Well, I mean, if you're decided on it, I can help you get that. I could probably see that you, and she points to Kaya and says, you could probably use a little bit more rugged leathers here, and she's like pointing to contact areas where your bike would be. Almost like she would know where to pad the extra space for safety. She's like, you could use extra reinforcement there. I know, I've got some boots that might work. But if you just want the chain and gloves, we can do that. I've also got a new helmet. You're clearly a racer. I know the type. Okay? My brother races, and I think that you could benefit from just a little bit of spicing up. I think you'd like it too, to be honest.
It's up to you, Kaya.
Kaya looks at all like the contact areas. Huh. You know, maybe we can see.
I'll show it to you. I'll show what we got, and you can make the judgment call for yourself. Listen, I'm not going to be pushy like Nano and his goons.
Nano.
Like, he means well. He's very, very fashionable with the most up-to-date trends. He literally has a script running in his brain that keeps him up to date on the most recent trends. But he's really pushy, and part of it is like, I don't know, he's kind of right in a lot of ways. It pisses me off that he's right so often about like the new and upcoming trends. But I mean, hey, he's kind of a dick about it too. Anyway,
I thought he was nice.
she looks at you and just smiles and shrugs and just goes, yeah, he's a good guy. He's just a little pushy with the fashion stuff. But for you, the rainbow hoodie thing, is that what you want? Or is that just like kind of what you were dragged into? Because I have ideas for you.
Legacy points at Lindis.
It's all that she'll wear.
Alright, well, we have a few hoodies that match that description, but I bet that you could wow some people if you leaned harder into something like... And she turns around and holds up her cybernetic hand, and like from a different part of the store, she looks up, and a rack of clothing just shoots out and levitates down to her. And on this rack, there's like 30 or 40 different things, all of them in some weird abstract style, in a ring rack. And it spins around for a second and stops, and she plucks something off of it, and it is an asymmetrical belted leather, like belted, partially Kevlar, partially leather, like it's sort of like a jacket, and it has plates on it that are chrome. This is the type of thing that you would look at and be like, it looks like it's trying to be a cybernetic limb, but it's not. And the way that the fabric's cut is that the chrome plates will sit against your skin and sit flush with it all the way down to your wrist, and it will hug you in this like really cool stormtrooper kind of way without being clunky. And it belts around the bust area and just above the midriff. But it only goes down one arm. And she plucks that off of the rack and just goes, I don't know. I feel like this is kind of your style. It's got the shine. It's got a little bit of that, like, I don't know, hacker chic to it. It keeps one arm free. I like asymmetry, personally, but I don't think I can pull it off. And she gestures to her own jacket, which is just like the standard, like leather half-cut jacket. She's like, but, you know, to each their own. And then she snaps her fingers, the cybernetic fingers, and the rack spins, and off of it there is almost a perfect approximation of what Lindis was talking about, with a like rainbow. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no, Amy, your internet's been
Amy.
killed.
No!
I was wondering why I didn't hear the typing in the background.
Oh.
The eternal background noise.
Where's my immersion?
But they pull a nearly perfect approximation of the rainbow style, like, neon hoodie that you were looking for off the rack, and it shimmers in the light such that the colors seem to drift and change, but it's very subtle. So it's something that if you're standing still, you could notice, but if you move around a little bit, you could probably get the color to change from one shade to an entirely different shade, and it would look totally natural, almost like obfuscated by the movements of your arms and torso as you walk, that it would just shift flawlessly to a new shade.
For
Are we struggling to save
Amy?
alive, Amy?
Hi, I'm back.
welcome back, Amy.
Okay, well, you missed it. Kaya died.
Yep.
Rip.
Yeah, I'll buy that fur. I don't think legs would grimace at me too much with something like this.
For what?
The chromatic hoodie. The subtle color changing hoodie.
At this point, Legacy's just like, get me out of the store. Buy whatever the fuck you want. Get me out of the store.
Oh.
We'll take that in a matching set of hot pants, and I think we're good for her. And for the racer, we'll hook her up with the upgrades to her outfit.
Cool. And she pulls the jacket off and hands you, well, doesn't hand it to you, but holds the hanger, and then starts to walk a little bit back towards the register area, waving her hand. And as she waves it, the first ring rack like lifts and starts to ascend into the higher parts of the atrium, while another one descends with matching sets of pants to most of the clothing that you saw on the other rack. To which she pulls a set of pants.
When she sees the rack, Legacy will step forward and grab a pair of black leather pants. You don't get to decide anymore. Looking at Lindis, just like, this is what I'm wearing. I'm done. I have done the shopping for today. Leave me alone.
Lindis kind of pouts. Okay, fine. Those will do.
The girl nods and just goes, tight, and then puts the other pants back on the rack, and then waves her hand, and the rack just floats away. Yeah, if there's anything else you were looking to get here, or anything in specific, you could more than likely find it. But other than that, you've got exactly what you came for. And I will say, for all of this included, specifically Kaya's gear, which has additional armor on it, it would cost you cash to get.
Of course.
But there is something that this cyborg chick wants to draw your attention to, and she pulls out like what it looks like an old Bluetooth headset, or rather like an earpiece. It sits just above where your ear would be, and then rides down part of your jawline. And she pulls it off of a mannequin head, and then goes over to Kaya and says, "Okay, so check this out. I think you'll dig this. It is the coolest shit ever." And she settled it on her face, and she settles it onto the flesh half of her face, mind you, and it settles there almost like it's magnetized. And then she presses a button on the side of it, and this orb, like a nearly perfect translucent orb, manifests around her, or around her head, and then it slowly fades to become to become perfectly translucent, such that you can't see it. And then you hear what sounds like a high-pitched like psh, like a high-pitched whine of it, like a balloon being filled. And then she gestures like voila.
What is it?
It's a helmet, basically, that looks like an old gear set, but you can press a button and it turns into a helmet.
Yeah. And she talks, and this time you hear her voice, but it's coming through like a filtered microphone. And she's saying, "Yeah, it's a totally legitimate 0G helmet. Perfectly seamless, can't be punctured. It's a force field. It's pretty cool."
Do you have a helmet already, Kaya? Linda says, looking at her.
Like for space? No, but I should be
Perfect.
getting. Oh, okay.
I'm gonna keep you safe, Lynn says as she puts her hands on Kaya.
It's like, I mean, I
Legacy
should.
in the background, like arms crossed beside Double D. Let her buy you the things that are actually useful rather than the dumb shit.
I mean, all right. I was gonna say, I mean, I assume that he'd be getting a helmet with the suit, but I guess extra protection, right?
Oh, the
We'll take-
detective is outside the shop already, like just waiting.
Yeah.
Okay. So with Kaya's protective gear, which you can mark on your sheet, Kaya, as having like +1 rated gear and a +2 rated helmet.
Where did I put that?
There might be a spot for items
There's not.
on.
Nope.
I just put it under assets when that
assets.
type of stuff.
Yeah, assets. Sorry. So assets would be a +1, +1 crash armor and +2 space helmet.
So she's gonna have 2 space helmets.
And that, all things combined, would be 4 cash. 3 cash, sorry.
Perfect.
Oh.
She looks at you both, nods. Finally, you look presentable. I'm so happy.
Yeah. I mean, Kai just got the little helmet thing, right?
Well, you
I
got
also put her
And-
like a necklace and leather
Right.
upgrades as well.
Right.
And
Right.
gloves.
you
Yeah.
essentially got padded leather writing stuff now instead of just
Mhm.
normal leather writing stuff.
Could she have like
Yeah.
moved her red Vaser patch onto it
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For sure.
and slap it on? All right, good to go.
As you walk out the store, one of the TV screens has Too Cute For You, like, look at you as you're leaving, and just, nice choice, and then gives a thumbs up. It's an automated message.
Yeah.
Cool. Is
There's
there
one last thing
anything?
I want to buy.
Okay. Okay.
Oh.
I want to buy a stun gun.
Ooh.
A stun gun.
Ooh.
Yep.
Holy shit.
Okay. So
I get the feeling I'm going to need this soon, so I just want to forearm.
just a stun gun, huh? Okay. So
Yeah.
as you're walking around, let me see. Da, 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 da.
Oh,
I
by
need
the way,
to-
did we get that her name?
Oh, the name of the girl helping you?
Mm-hmm.
You did not.
Damn. Okay.
And nobody at any point asked for it, so I did not give it.
Just have a name tag. Rip.
No, it's do you think name tags are fashionable? Are you joking me right now? You know who works there by the clothing they wear and how cool they look.
I don't know, man.
I'm kidding.
I know.
Let me see.
So, like, what kind of stun gun are you trying to get?
Uh,
Da,
The kind that
da.
stuns people when I shoot them.
Like, are you trying to get a taser?
That's what a stun gun is.
Alright.
Let's see. So you want
I only see
gun?
the stun tags for melee weapons. Want a stun stick?
Yep. So as you're walking around in the promenade area with all of the different market options, there is a multitude of places you can choose from. There's an Ogremok. There's like an Ogremok armory. There's Omnidyne Solutions. You actually recognize this one, Legacy. There is a Tetsuo Innovations. Yep. And all of these different places have cybernetics and drone modifications and weaponry and all sorts of crazy bullshit. As you're walking and seeing all of these like name full branded places, you do see one place in particular. Let me get the name of it. Oh, that's the wrong word. Hold on one second. Where? Oh man. Yeah, okay. So you find a place that it has what appears to be a glowing like pink reddish tint neon katana, and it has with like the cliche old Japanese movie font samurai warriors. And it has this shogun style helmet with a half demon mask as the threshold to the entrance of the store, and the neon samurai blade is like piercing the top of the head. And
Ooh.
this
I love
place is exclusively weaponry.
Ooh.
This is the if for any of you GTA fans, This is the ammunition.
Hey,
Yes.
Okay.
And so as you walk in, this place looks like an Apple store for violence. There's a glass casing that has weapons galore splayed out across the walls. There's all different types of guns and swords and knives. There are weird things that you like are clearly designed to slice or stab, but you're not sure how you would go about using it. There's like all different types of armor, some of it less overt than others. It is a just cavalcade of power in one specific area. And the different people working here, contrary to the other place, contrary to Zero Q, this place is a lot more reserved. The colors inside are predominantly white and black. The metal flooring is marbled and dark, and the white is always reflected off of another surface so that it's has this kind of halo effect around everything. And it's got this soft edge to it.
Excuse me. Hello.
You see several people walking around in very, very like feature sharp cut types of suits, like an actual tuxedo almost, but with no tie or vest. It is just the pressed white shirt with a black sport coat and black trousers and socks and shoes. And there's just a bunch of different people. There are some cyborgs, some androids, and as you walk in, all of them appear to be talking to a handful of people, but one walks over. There's a tan-skinned guy with his hair pulled back into a very, very tight bun. And he says, good evening. How can I help you?
Yes. I'm in the market for a stun gun, preferably one lightweight and easy for me to wield.
Certainly. We have people requesting things like this all the time. It is a dangerous station, although we wish it not to be. And he, as he's talking, starts walking into the area, like further into the store, and says, "Do you have any experience with firearms of any kind, stun or otherwise?"
Minimum, but I've used them before.
I see. We do offer learning courses if that is something you would need. Provided you're coming into this new, I would recommend it. At the worst case, it's very simple to learn how to use one of these things. Even a stun gun is just point and click. But for those of you who are interested in bounty hunting or making a career in something pertaining to weaponry, it might behoove you to take a few lessons.
I don't need the lessons right now, but I might come back for them later.
Certainly. And right about this time, you walk to what appears to be a blank face of wall, and he reaches up and touches a hand to it, and you can see that his hand, the middle finger and ring finger, as well as that portion of his wrist, is cybernetic. And Legacy, you actually recognize that it is Tetsuo cybernetics because you've examined Marcus's arms long enough to recognize it when you see it. It's the same Tetsuo brand of cybernetic in the middle of his hand. And he touches the wall very, very lightly, and from the point of contact, there's like a little... It looks like a shockwave of white that echoes out from his fingertips, and then the wall dips, like sinks an inch or two back, and then parts, and behind it you can see a full array lit with white of a menagerie of different like weapons and choices. From that wall, this man reaches up and plucks one simple-looking, like orange and black style. It looks kind of like almost like a remote control. It's very small, but there's a slight bend to it. He pulls it off of the wall, and then whirls it around, pulls one of the levers to part of it, and ejects an empty cartridge, and then hands it to you, Lindis, the cartridge and all. And you can see that it has a single shot, where the ammo would be loaded into the cartridge. It has a single shot. There is a very, very hard point needle with prongs attached that are shot out of the end,
Okay.
coupled with fiber wire that carries the shock. And
Okay.
as you examine this, he reaches reaches into the wall and then pulls from a hitherto unseen drawer amongst the white backdrop of all of these other weapons, a small case, and pops it open and takes out one of the cartridges that are armed, and like deftly pries it open, and shows you the cabling and says, "This is the fiber wire that carry the signal. You have probably about 120 feet of fiber wire in a single shot, though you're not likely to get that much distance on a round. You could, but I wouldn't count on it. These are most effective when used anywhere from 30 to 60-ish feet. This particular gun will work once. There are models that have multiple shots, though the actual ammunition is more expensive. You see, the fiber wire for this one allows you to maintain the pulse, such that if you were to hit someone, you could routinely keep them stunned, at least for a full, maybe 30 seconds of contact.
Okay, sounds good.
Is this exactly what you're looking for?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Very well. And he twirls that case, seals it back up, and puts it back into a box, and then takes the gun out of your hand and the dud package and loads that back into it and places it back into the wall and starts walking towards the countertop, all very, very quickly and efficiently. And you can see he flicks his wrist out with his palm upright and starts with his other hand pressing and clicking something on his wrist, which brings up a way that Legacy's is brought up on her arm. And he starts like preparing some, what you imagine is paperwork or purchase material. And after a moment, you walk up to the counter, and there on the counter, already placed in waiting, is a single black, like it looks about lunchbox-sized briefcase. And it is padlocked. Or, well, not padlocked, it is locked, but the lock is actually embedded into the handle of the briefcase. And he takes it and slides it over to you and says, "That would be about 340 credits. All things considered, you'll have 2 shots, one loaded, one extra, courtesy of the special for the day. If you need anything else, feel free to let us know."
Perhaps?
Say what?
A hip holster, perhaps?
You would be pleased to know this is actually magnetic and foldable, and he takes it out. He takes the briefcase and holds it up and says, "The gun itself will fold to about this thickness and has his fingers about like an inch. Due to the nature of its design, it is extremely compact. Despite being single use, you can slide this into your pocket such that you don't even need a holster. If you'd like one, we can get you one.
No, that's perfect. Thank you. That's all.
Perfect.
I will
That's
pay.
it is 3 cash to get a stun gun.
Perfect. Okay, that's all I needed. Sorry to waste your guys' time. I say to everybody else.
Legacy heard magnetic, and Kaya immediately felt her eyes on her arms, like, I'll stick more shit on this woman's arms.
Oh no.
Kaya feels a shiver run down her spine. She's not paying attention. She doesn't know why. She's just like, huh, wonder why that happened.
Perfect. Okay, let's go get this girl to her race. Yeah.
Okay. So, with that out of the way, if anyone has any last things they want to accomplish, now would be the time, or we'll just go right into the race.
Get more
Before-
alcohol and vodka.
All right. Before we go to the race, I feel like we go back to the apartment, pick up Kaya's bike and everything. Kaya's gonna go into her room for a bit, shut the door. Um, she's gonna, as she's gonna like, just in case, write out a will.
Oh no!
wow.
That's a safe
She's not
bet.
concerned, but just in case, she wants to be, she'll be prepared.
And in this
She's just-
very somber moment for Kaya, she hears at least 3 times Legacy and Linda's arguing in the background as Legacy continues to try and leave in different outfits that were not the one that Linda
Legacy,
wanted.
no, I bought these for you. You just hear the sound of her pushing Legacy back into her room.
All right.
I
Jesus
bought them for
Christ.
you. You can at least wear them.
All right. Kaya probably puts the will right next to like a little notebook that's like her cookbook. Gives Larry one
Oh.
last pat before getting ready.
Larry looks at you longingly, like, oh, like he wants to come.
Oh. He can't come. Might be dangerous.
He does this like little up and down bob, just, and then tilts his head. Does the hold on? Where is it? Where's the little upside down? This one. Just
Oh,
Aw.
oh.
All right. Just gonna reassure him, being like, everything's gonna be fine. If anything happens, you know that they'll take care of you, and you've got to keep them sane, right?
just crying emoji.
Oh.
Wait, let me see if I find.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Oh.
Aw. I'm leaving you in charge.
He
Yeah.
does like a little salute with one of his manipulators.
Mhm.
All right, Kaya's good to go.
Okay. So, I think if that is everything for the time being, we could take a 10-minute break, come back, and then we have a race.
Oh boy.
Woohoo.
Oh boy.
It's gonna be fine.
So fine. Super fine.
You need to get some water.
Yes. Oh, okay. I will be right back.
All right. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Whew.
Okay.
It's just me and you right now.
Oh. Well, hey.
I'm
Hi.
here.
Well, hey to you too.
Hello.
She.
You had the mute button on, so I assumed.
Man. Okay.
He is tired.
Oh. Just gotta get through a race.
Hmm.
I'm also pretty tired.
Yeah. I'm like trying not to dissociate this whole time.
Oh no.
I shouldn't be tired because this is the first time I've had like 3 days off in a row. No, like
Ooh,
actually 3 days off in a row. In a
nice.
long time. But found out shit today, so it's making me. I spent the entire day job hunting.
Oof.
Oh,
Oh.
I need to do that.
Because I was already planning on job hunting in a couple of months anyway, because I need a better paying job, but now I found out shit. I'm like, yeah, I need to do that now.
Oh. Damn.
I really, really wish I could somehow magically find a like work from home majority job. I need that for my mental health.
Yeah. See, like I'm the other way around. If I don't like go out and if I stay home all day, like I will lose my shit. Like I need to be moving. I get the zoomies.
Like, well, it's like this weird balance for me because like I really do need to be out more than like a work from home would let me.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, I have like so many like I'm very, very, very ADHD and other mental health problems. And so there's a lot of like ticks and stems and stuff that I do that I have to fight all day. It gets really
Gosh.
tiring at work.
Yeah.
But I can do that at home.
Yeah, because then you
I
have some extra like sensorial stuff that you have to deal with too.
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
Were you gonna say something, Joe?
I was gonna say, sorry, I'm eating peanut butter. I work from home and it's nice, but all of my like ADHD shit and manifests, and it's like it is so much easier for it to manifest and distract from work. I wish I had more meetings so that I wouldn't have to like feel like my brain is drifting. I also don't have any medication or anything for ADHD right now, which is probably making it worse.
Yeah, like I imagine that will be a problem, but like, well, it's also a matter of the fucking job that I do. Like my
Yeah.
personality plus me fighting ticks all day means I am ready to fight people in the last like 3 hours of my workday,
Oof.
and I should not be like that. I need one of the burdens relieved. Either I'm not dealing with people all the time, or I'm not at work, or something, because I'm ready to fight people, and then it's going to be worse because they just I I work in a clinic that really should have 6 or 7 reception all the time.
Yeah.
When we opened the clinic, we had 5, 2 left in the first month. There's 3 of us through the holidays. They hired 3, although one's only part-time. And one is part-time, one is leaving at the end of March, and the other one they just fired. So
Well,
we're
shit.
back down
Like,
to essentially 3.
Oh, the receptionists?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the
That's
one
called job security.
Yeah, the one I told you that was like thinking of. I'm pretty sure they were going to fire. They went ahead and fired her. Actually, I don't know exactly what happened. I'm sure I'm going to get the story when I go in tomorrow. But I'm pretty sure they messaged her something about her needing to, like, you know, do things differently or adjust, and she probably just snapped and left. But yeah, I can't handle being one of only 3 again. I can't do that. Not with them. Not with the extra shit they're wanting us to do now. I'm gonna get.
Oof.
I really should have spent this time getting my like training license and everything, so I can just shift over to training. But I was like, hey, let me get this job and let me just like not worry about shit for a couple months, which was a mistake.
Damn.
I know that feel. I want to have a job where I'm like not stressed out for enough time that I can function and do other stuff without worrying about work, so that I can prepare for other parts of my life.
Like, the dream is having a job that you like. But I would settle with a job that I can do and not have to worry about outside of work hours.
Same.
And I don't wake up and immediately like, I really do not want to go in today. Every single morning I wake up.
Mm-hmm. That was one of the things.
That's where
Sorry.
I'm at right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great because I know I have job security. They're not going to fire me because they need me. But at the same time, I would really like to be able to like wake up and be like, okay, I'm just going to work. And
Yeah,
I'll do 8 hours and then be done and not think about it.
Yep.
Is Piper back? Try again.
Piper!
Hello.
There we go.
I bet.
Piper!
Is Kate here?
Roll call.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm just munching on
Stano.
food.
Nice. Okay, so we're all here?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Sorry, I had to
Right.
finish eating peanut butter. Okay, so evening comes. You have your fun shopping at Maracue Ward. You head back home, take a little brief chill in your respective places and apartments before reconvening and transferring. It takes a little bit of doing because, Kaya, you have to have your bike lifted and relocated to Seahin Ward.
Mhm.
Unless you want to ride the hyperlanes now.
No, no thanks. I'm good.
Okay. But you have to have it lifted, to which you look over, probably look over to Lindis. It'll cost 1 cash to get it lifted.
I will probably pay it. Linda's probably run out of money this session.
I
Oh,
actually
no.
haven't.
How the fuck?
I had 11 cash at the start of this session.
Good lord.
Sure, you know what? Go ahead.
No, you can pay for this one.
It'll cost 1 cash to get it over one area, and then 1 cash to get it back.
You can
So
do
2
one
cash
way.
total.
That depends on if she still has it on the way back.
This is true. You might lose it, and then who's to say?
Who's to say? That is true. I think she has 1 cash left because she spent 2 on Larry.
Okay.
Don't look at Legacy. Legacy bought another hacking program, then all her cash is gone.
So you all arrive in Seahin Ward. I'm going to let you figure out the cash situation because it's fine. All it takes is you take cash and you would go to whatever transfer station is appropriate, which for you it would be the one past Voyager, Vern Station.
Mm.
The one Lindis is on the no
Yep.
list at.
Well, I don't think she's banned. I just think she'll get shitty service.
You don't run into any problems. But you're not sure if it's because Lindis wasn't seen or because they don't care or what. But it's fine for the time being. But you are free and able to go to Seahin Ward. And as you get there, you end up seeing the bright nightlife that you expected. It's the city. The only difference between now and how much light there was before is that during the day, it's all bathed in the reflected and absorbed artificial yellow sunlight, and now it's just as bright, but with the spectrum of colors that come off of the signage and surrounding buildings, either reflected off of the glass or glinting steel. But the city is, of course, still poppin', still absolutely crazy with business and commerce. And as you are, walking around, you start to see a sort of push through the crowd as they all start to funnel towards the lower parts of the promenade. And you would assume that this is probably because the lower areas are where the race will likely start. And as you're walking down there, Kaya, you get a message on your phone. You get a message from Chains as well as from Bastion.
From who?
Both of them asking, "Hey, where you at?"
Wait,
In Getty.
Not Ben Getty, Bastion,
who's Bastion?
Bastion is someone I messaged you about a while ago.
Read your notes. Read your notes, Amy.
I don't know if he's in.
He is like, we do not have an extensive message history, so it's fine. But Bastion is an older union coworker.
The messages aren't loading.
You have stumped the
Oh, here it
note-taker.
is. That's
You
true.
have
We have like
freaked out
10
the
messages
note-taker.
together.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
Yeah.
how do you not see it? It's right there.
It wasn't loading. I was going through my notes, flipping through everything. Like, I don't see it.
No. This is
Oh,
this is
okay.
Bastion.
This is Bastion.
So you get a message from both Bastion and Chains, like, "Hey, where you at?" And Chains says, "By the way, Bastion's here."
Okay. Oh, she's gonna fucking just. I don't think she's. You know what? She's just gonna message the location of where she's at.
Yeah. So you message the street corner of the nearest area you're at,
Mhm.
at the middle promenade, to which they both reply, "We're on the lower ward. Follow the crowd. You'll probably see us."
All right. Look for Red. She messages them.
Cool. So as you start walking and meandering, Legacy, you start to notice the crowd is it's getting a little tense because the crowd's like the casual shoppers are starting to slide out of the picture, and then it starts to turn into more and more rough looking types. And through the crowd, you actually see a face you recognize, none other than Hijack, who is skulking through, also headed down to the lower wards. But he does not see you.
So she'll kind of wave to Lindis and kind of and slip away and walk up, not rush towards, but casually walk up towards Hijack. Does he seem to be doing anything in particular, or is he just kind of moving with the crowd?
He's moving with the crowd, like hands in pockets, shoulders hunched, in his typical fashion. He's very much the type of person who doesn't want to draw attention to himself, but he's not particularly good at looking nondescript. So he always looks like vaguely suspicious. Though you know him well enough to know that this is a type of place that you would not expect to see him.
So she will essentially sneak up behind him and just slap him really good and hard on the shoulder.
Oh! He just like jumps for a second and he like he starts flipping around and just like, what the fuck? What the?
Hi.
Oh. Why are you here, dude?
Roommate's racing.
Your roommate's racing?
Yeah, she didn't tell us until today. Well, she didn't even tell us today. I found out.
Oh, well, shit. Okay, so, why are you're here to watch, I guess?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm curious. I've
cool.
never seen her race before.
Yeah, me either.
So are you here to watch? This doesn't seem like your type of thing either, and you don't even know her.
I'm here just perusing
You're a piece of shit at lying.
Well, fuck you, I don't have to tell you why I'm here. He's very obvious. You did catch him dead ass in a lie, and he's now doubling down, just like, oh yeah, well now I'm not going to tell you, and you know that I'm lying. I'm here doing my own fucking thing. He turns up his nose.
If you need help,
No.
tell me.
This is like I don't talk too much about. I appreciate it, but this is not like a casual bump job like what was done at the fucking complex, you know. This is a different thing. But I appreciate it. I mean, thanks, I guess. You know.
She kind of gives him this look as like, are you fucking doubting what I can do?
He's like, look, all right, it's not about capability. This is a thing that fewer people need to know about.
She like narrows her eyes, but then kind of gives a little shrugs. Well, if you fuck up and you need help, at least you know that I'm around.
He does.
Try not to blow anything up while my roommates are here.
It wouldn't be me that blows anything up, but you have. I mean, I'll cross my heart. And hope nobody dies. He just kind of awkwardly shrugs and shimmies. He's taking that as like permission to leave the conversation. He's just like, man, I want to go. I don't like this.
She just like
You-
crosses her
you caught him on
arms
the
and
back foot.
watches watches him leave.
You caught him on the back foot really, really bad, so he's like super awkwardly just like, okay, cool. Bye. And he just shuffles away into the crowd. You can see him throw a glance over his shoulder in your direction once or twice before he finally vanishes. At that moment, actually, go ahead and roll me a clever check to see if you can spot something. So you're kind of used to the big crowds, as most are, but there's something in particular that you notice more in a crowd like this than you notice anywhere else, and it's when someone isn't moving. So you turn around and you see for just a brief second what looks like someone standing stock still before they start to move again and kind of push their way through the crowd. Not towards you or away from you, just kind of drift back into the throng of people.
Can I like step up on a step or something to try and get a better angle?
Sure. You go ahead and roll. I'll let you roll again. You're not going to get advantage or anything. You just get an opportunity to see this person. Okay, well you crit too. So you look in a direction, you see what appears to be someone standing still who's looking at you before they start to move again and try to vanish into the crowd. And thinking quickly, you like take one or two quick steps onto a nearby ledge, like the little metal railing that houses the upper and lower ward, or upper and lower promenade like pathway. And as you jump up and look, you can see very clearly Marcus pushing his way through the crowd to sort of away from you, but not as overt.
So I very clearly am under the impression that he saw me, but he's not heading towards me.
Correct.
That's some sus shit. Okay. I guess I'll just hop back off the ledge and just shoot him a quick message of like, "Are you at the race?" And then try to find Lindis and Kaya and everybody.
Okay. So there's a pause for a moment, and then you get a reply that says, "Just about there. Making my way to the lower wards now."
And are we
And
technically in the lower wards already?
You basically are, yes. It would be the same as someone saying like, "Hey, I'm on my way," and they haven't left their hotel room.
Okay.
So he's kind of lying. But you make your way back over to Lindis and Lindis, Kaya, and the rest of the group. You end up walking a little bit further, and the promenade fans out into a wider street area that looks similar to a suburban New York vibe, similar to this image on Roll20, but it's a little more commercial and has a little bit more greenery, if nothing else but for show. but this crowd is gathering at the edges of the sidewalk and drifting into and around parts of the street. People just walking in the road, fully expecting that this would be the meeting spot for all of the different riders. And as you start to get closer and closer to this area, you can hear in the distant, like the rev and the whirring of engines. Kaya, you recognize this immediately. This is definitely the sound of motorcycle.
Nice.
And as you're walking, I imagine you're leading your bike down, not riding it.
Yeah, she's walking it.
Yeah. So as you are kind of shuffling down with your bike, you end up seeing a few, like you first hear it. You hear the revving and the of one or two motorcycles, and then you can see in the distance this bright neon glow of yellow and greenish, like a haze almost, as it peels around a street corner, and parts of the crowd starts to part and let people move in and around so that they can see what's happening. A few of these folks, like some of them are less accustomed to this sort of closer to the rough end of nightlife than others, as they kind of like scatter and like, oh shit, and they're like kind of antsy. These bikers pull up, and you can see that they're maybe not in uniform together, but there's a coordination to them. They all have similar-esque attire with similar-ish colors that range from like a bright yellow to this sickly green. And to accent the different parts of their clothing, they have black and metal fabrications, similar to what was shown to Legacy at Zero Q. But these guys roll in and they stop in the middle of the square, and you can see as they pull in and the crowd parts more and more now, there's already 2 motorcycles that have already parked there. And this is the meeting area. You can see those 3 that pulled up, and the 2 who are there. Of the 2, there is a much more retro-looking motorcycle. It's very like classic body style. And then the rider, who is wearing something that you would probably have a fond affection for, this type of worn, haggard leather with well-loved and kept gear. And then the other bike, which looks similar to yours in that it's custom. There's a lot of custom work put into it and a lot of craftsmanship that has been made. You can tell the original model only by the fact that there is a sigil for the actual make of the motorcycle. And walking out, you see poke out from the crowd and not get right up to the edge of the bikes, but he stands out. You see Ben Getty with his tousled blonde hair and glasses, and he has what looks to be like a backpack on, and he's still wearing a lab coat, and like a shirt and jeans. He is wearing sandals, and he has a backpack with like some. It's clearly overstuffed. and he's got another duffel bag by his feet, and he is looking up at some of the motorcycles and taking notes on a data pad that he has at hand. But he hasn't seen you. He is doing his own thing in his own little world.
Okay. And she's probably gonna walk up to him with the bike.
You start to roll up. You haven't put on your helmet, so you're just wearing your gear. So he looks at you and he does like a moment where he's like, "Oh, it's you! Oh, thank God! I thought, well, sort of thank God. I was kind of worried you wouldn't show up, but I was also kind of hoping you wouldn't show up, so I wouldn't have to fucking do this."
Well, we're doing this. Whether you like it
Yeah.
or not.
No, I don't like it. I don't like it. Not one bit, but I do want to see what this can do. And he holds out the little pocket device. And he walks over to your bike and he's like, "Now, let me slap this bad boy on here."
So step back, let him work. Probably pay attention.
So you can see he is. It doesn't take much. The design of the actual device is such that he is able to put it on basically any part of the bike, so long as it has a metal contact to some part of the inner working. For those on Twitch who are double E's, don't yell at me. It's made up. But anyway, he opens up, or not opens up rather, but kind of gets close to the ground and then reaches up underneath the wheel well to get behind one of the grates, the air filter area, and starts fiddling with it. And he's not looking, but he's going by feel, and he's like, his eyes are kind of staring up into the sky, and he's got like his tongue stuck out. And then after a second, you hear a shh, and he just goes, "Ah, there it is. All right, it's ready." The moment
Right.
she hits her stride with the power output, that will kick on, and we'll be good to go.
You put in another's failsafe, right?
Yeah,
Yeah? Where is it?
yeah. Well, in it, it's in the device.
It's in the device. Alright.
Yeah.
And Joe, is the off switch reachable?
From where he put it,
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
so
Yeah,
you're
just say
sitting on the
reasonable.
bike. You're sitting on the bike, and the way he reached up underneath it to get it close to the engine, or closer, you can reach it. It would be very, very hot, and also close to the moving parts of the bike. So you technically can reach the off switch.
Bangetti.
What?
What
Don't use my name like that. You're not my fucking mom.
What is this?
What do you mean? It's the fucking.
No,
That's what
where
you signed up
put
for.
it? You said there's an off switch on it, right? I gotta touch it. You put it in the dangerous spot.
Well, look, it's ideally the closer it is to the actual like shit, right? The
Mhm.
better it will have, the better opportunity it'll have to monitor the performance so that it won't overload, right?
Overload. And if it does, how am I supposed to turn it off?
He holds up a hand and he just points to your metal hand and just goes, "Use that one."
Oh my goodness. You couldn't even put a wire on it and put it connected to the handle or something?
Well,
You
the
gotta
wire would
put it-
melt.
The wire would melt. That's even better. Okay. Oh
Yeah,
my
it gets
goodness.
real hot.
It gets real. Oh my goodness. Alright. You know what? It's too late now. We're doing this. Wear
It's
the suits.
absolutely too late. And for the record, you're not going to be able to sue me if anything goes wrong.
No?
No.
Alright. No. Kai turns around to mess with her helmet. I'll fucking kill you.
Ah,
What?
speaking of helmet, he sees you adjusting your helmet. He reaches into his he sets one bag down, his backpack on the ground, and then he grabs the duffel bag that's by his feet and slides him forward and starts shuffling it, opens it up, and you can see in one there is a very, very old spacesuit. But it is a spacesuit. This
It
is
a suit.
this is like it's for the standard of cyberpunk, or for like standards of like now, it is new. It looks like the kind you would see in like a sci-fi setting where it's like thin and sleek and much more easy to maneuver and manipulate things. But for the standards of cyberpunk, that shit is like 20 years out of date.
Alright.
And he pulls out a second suit that is slightly newer, though still old. Probably about 5 or 10 years older, or 5 or 10 years old as opposed to the other one. And he's like, "This one is for me, and the other one is for you. You are welcome."
This is. You know, I'm not too concerned with the fashionable point of it. I'm just. This is up to code, right? This is gonna work. It's not gonna tear from.
He like puts a finger to his chin and just goes, "Well, technically, it would be up to code by some standard.
Like some. I want to know the standard.
Let's see,
God,
probably
and Kelly, I will get out my union book.
it's
Don't make me.
fine. I'm kidding. I'm not going to get you a spacesuit that won't work. This is like, I'm just busting your balls. All right. This
Alright.
shit, it works. It's fine. I know it's old, but on short notice, finding someone who was willing to part with a spacesuit that was actually like reasonably sized, and reasonably priced, was kind of a pain in the fucking ass. So that's all we got.
Alright. Fair enough. As long as it works, I don't care what it looks like.
The worst part of it is the helmet. Can't do much about that. The helmet
What's wrong?
on it is it's a functional helmet,
Mhm.
but it's very bulky and not at all aerodynamic because it's not supposed to be aerodynamic. It's a spacesuit.
Aren't you glad you got another?
Okay. So, yeah. So, alright. I think the thing that we got from Zero Q, it works as it's just a regular space helmet, right?
Yes, it would
Oh,
it
okay.
would 100% work as a replacement space helmet.
Okay, so yeah.
You're
so
welcome.
you just hear Kai just goes, "Oh, thank you, Lindis." It's like, all right, don't worry about the helmet. I've already got one, sort of, whatever.
Where the hell did you get that? Why didn't you get me one? Why do I have to wear this stupid shit? And he gestures to the big bulky helmet that he has to wear.
Listen,
I thought you didn't have any spice shit.
I didn't. Today, my roommate, she took us all shopping because apparently my wardrobe is not up to par, and they offered this. She said to get it. You got it.
He gets this like look of incredulity on his face and just goes like, "Your roommate just casually bought you fucking space rated crash helmet? Who the fuck is your roommate?
Her
Can I
name's
meet
Lynn.
them?
You
Is-
want to? Are you sure?
Is she around?"
Kind of like looks around. Is the group around?
Sure.
Yeah. If they're around, she'll be like, okay, if you're sure, you asked for this. She'll
She
lead
do-
him over to them.
he gets like a weird look on his face, just like, what? What did I ask for? And
You'll
starts
see. Hey, wait. Before she gets to the group, though, she'll pull him in, right, and be like, listen,
What?
if
What?
your device destroys my bike and we survive, you're helping me build a new one.
That was not part of the deal. That was not in the contract that I put up.
Making a new. Hey, it's the perfect first project for our new working relationship.
I hate that you keep using my own words against me. That is not. I will get a lawyer next time, and I will not have my language twisted in such a way. But fine, if we crash and somehow don't die, I
If we
will
don't
help
die.
you I will help you build a new bike.
All right. All good. All right. Come meet my roommates and 2 others.
Who? 2 others.
Oh, can Double D do a hide?
Yeah, you can hide.
You're watching with
I'm
popcorn.
imagining
I am-
Legacy is like poking at Double D's cybernetics and like just like figuring his shit out.
I imagine you guys just saw Kai have like a very animated conversation
Yeah,
in the distance.
like Ben Getty is extremely verbose with his hands when he is gesticulating most of the time when he speaks.
Yeah. Kai usually isn't, but I feel like his responses to safety protocol draws it out of her.
If you want to roll to hide Double D, go ahead and roll a quick.
Okay.
Let's
roll
go.
me that quickness.
Ooh, I am quick. Let's
Quick.
see.
That's pretty good. It's a pretty heavy kind of crowded area, so it's not too difficult for you to kind of push back a little bit and blend in with the crowd so that you look pretty nondescript. Plus your clothing is dark, and it is even though there is a lot of multicolored lights and neon going around, the dark clothing makes you more akin to the shadows than it does to another person.
Mm.
So you just take a few steps back and you are just slinked right into a hidden area.
Is there a place where there's like they're doing bets and stuff?
Oh, 100%. There's a spot not that far from the square where a handful of like 1 or 2 bikers are, and a handful of other skeezy looking types are just counting out cash or pulling out credit chips.
Okay. I don't know how much cash I have, but I have that credit chip that I stole from somebody.
You do.
Oh my
Yep,
god,
you
yes.
do.
I
You
do.
do
What
have
is it
that
that-
credit chip.
well,
I'm just gonna go up to them and just be like, just this much on the red racer.
They all look at you at the same time, and this is like a whole like rainbow of skeezy looking people. One girl with like very very prominent front teeth is like, "Who are you?"
Do I need to sign up? Is there like a sign up sheet? Like what? Like I have.
No, you
like-
don't need to sign up. It's a fucking race. We bet here.
Yeah, and I have money, and I'm wanting to bet on the red racer.
Okay, well, what are you betting your name under?
Stefan.
And if one dude raises his eyebrows and just goes, "Stefan," and he turns to the girl and just goes, "Fucking, I don't care. Money's good. We're here." And reaches out. How much on the red racer? And you hand the credit chip.
Mm-hmm.
You check the credit chip, and I think it has 4 cash on it.
Okay, I put 2 cash on red racer.
And they look at you and they're just like, they all kind of raise their eyebrows, just like, oh, okay. Like, it's not. They're betting high numbers. So they're switching, and you can see like the number of credits being exchanged here. The volume is much higher than what would be worth 2.
I put 2 cash.
Yeah.
Thanks. And he just sits down and like sips his Red Bull vodka and goes on a monologue about how like, sometimes the underdogs are the most like upper dogs.
One of the other dudes with like a bull ring and a mohawk is just like, who the fuck is this guy? This monochromatic ass motherfucker.
He's still going with his monologue. He's like deep in it.
Did he hear us?
He sure looks fashionable while doing it, though.
So back to the introduction of Ben Getty. Lindis, you see Lindis and Legacy and Karen, unless Karen is with Double D, you see before you a man who is comparable in height to Legacy, comparable in lankiness to Legacy, and has very, very shaggy blonde hair that's kind of wavy curly. He's got glasses and a lab coat and sandals, some shitty blue jeans and a t-shirt, and he's currently holding a very old spacesuit. He just goes, "Well, how do you do?"
Oh yeah, who's your friend?
Yeah, imagine Legacy is like, because she's like kind of freaked out thinking about other things, she's like half leaning on Lindis, not paying full attention, and then all of a sudden her like chin propped on Lindis' shoulder. It's like staring in like this Cheshire cat grin. Starts spreading.
What? Okay. Kaya slaps a hand on Ben Getty's shoulder. This is Ben Getty. He's the he's the guy who built the device that's going to help the bike, and he's going to be joining me for the race.
Oh, the AI Nas. Cool.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
His like eye twitches. Yeah,
Just stares him down.
This is incredibly unsettling. Why are your roommates like this?
I don't know. Usually they're like really friendly.
I am having a hard time believing that.
Well, one of them is at least.
My name's Lindis. It's a pleasure.
He holds out a hand, and like it's very much holding out a hand the way that you would kind of hold out to someone who's just like, are you gonna bite me? Yeah, I'm Ben Getty. I'm the genius behind her motorcycle, minus like the, most of it.
Yeah, minus the motor and the cycle.
Oh yeah, actually, all that.
And why are you going with her?
Because she is a cheat and a liar, and has strong-armed me in a way that most people would find legally appalling.
That doesn't sound like Kaya at all.
You do not know your friend well enough. She is a criminal
Kaya.
in the making.
Kaya is trying her best to hide a laugh. No, see, he wants me to test out his device, right? And he himself has said that, it might go well, it might go bad. So I invited him to join me on the test drive, which is the race.
It's
He also
gonna be
graciously-
fine.
I'm gonna make it very, very clear. If your little thing hurts my Kaya, I have so many connections, I will put you in the ground.
Wow.
Ooh, Lindis is mad. And Legacy just kind of like dances away, and it's like, again, like a little kid, like, oh, this is good.
I just instinctively reach out and just grab Legacy by the hoodie.
Don't worry.
And
You
Legacy
know,
is
if
just
they-
like giggling and like pointing at Vengetti.
kind
Hold
of
on,
like
where's
Are
what?
we clear?
Ben Getty's just hold on, where's the face? He's watching this whole thing transpire with this look of like the same sort of look Larry would give, incredibly concerned. Just right.
What a mood.
Well, I'm actually much happier now to be on the motorcycle because if I die, that would probably be better.
Yeah, you know, if I died and you didn't, I mean, that'd be kind of complicated for you.
I will kill myself if you die. Sorry. Only on the race. If you die outside of that, then it's all up in the air and the deal's off. This is not like a death pact. This is for my safety. I gotta look out for number one.
And you're
Should be
number
looking
one.
out for Kaya then.
And he just shuts up. He just goes, "You are gonna be fine." And he puts a hand on Kaya's shoulder and then immediately pulls his hand back, just like that. It's crossing a line, huh?
I mean, she did touch his shoulder earlier, introducing him.
This is true, but he
Yeah.
is much more like intimidated by having Lindis there now.
Okay.
Yeah, so after
well-
that, Lindis will go back to her YouTuber persona and she'll be like, okay, good luck on the race. Pats Kaya, goes off to the sides to also bet on the red racer.
Legacy tries to head towards the bike because now she's curious.
Legacy.
I want to see it.
Can't see it.
I want to see it. I can see it. It's not race time yet. And she pops under the bike to try and take a look at whatever the fuck he put on there.
So not being an expert in like the mechanics of a bike, you're kind of like you saw him fiddle with it, and you poke your head underneath, and you're just looking around. Go ahead and roll me a flat, clever check.
Nope. I know jack shit.
What is all this
You-
hardware shit?
You look underneath it, and you're like, I have no idea what any of this is.
Kaya drags her out from under the bike.
And she's still like completely unfazed by being like physically manhandled by Kaya. Looks at Bing. So, there's AI in it, right? What code are you using? Tries to talk a little bit of shop with him on the like code level.
He like cracks his knuckles and just goes, "Well, let me," and then he stops, like freezes, but like totally top to bottom, like press pause on him, and he just narrows his eyes, and just goes, "You trying to steal my secret formula?"
I could probably do better than your secret formula. I'm just curious.
Well, now I'm offended, and now you will never know. Your roommates, and he turns to Kaya, just bluntly ignoring Legacy now, and just goes, "Oh, very threatening and mean. I don't know how you live with them. Just kidding, you're actually all a perfect fit. When is this fucking race starting?"
I mean, you said you wanted to meet him. I asked if you're sure.
It was a terrible mistake. You should have known better than to let me meet anybody.
And
I post
Wait.
about a problem on the internet to get a random person to give me some technology so that I can fuck with it. You should know that I have negative social skills.
I mean, listen, right? I mean, if this goes well, I'm open to testing more of your stuff.
He opens his mouth and just goes, "Fine,
All right?
that's it."
Working relationship, but in a positive way this time, right?
I swear to God, I'm going to invent a device that will find that phrase. I'm going to code the human brain and find out what synapse pattern those fucking words can fit on, and I'm going to delete them from your mind.
Okay, sure. You know, we'll do that after the race.
Legacy is like listens to us for a minute, and then she like pulls out like her wire for like her hacking suite and like casually just like spins it. And if it doesn't work and you're all okay, just give it to me and I'll figure out his shit and do it better. And then she walks away, still spinning the cord.
He narrows his eyes at you, just watching you walk away, and there's this like low simmer, and he just goes, "Yeah, you're definitely not cops."
You still had doubt?
That doubt is what gets you. Doubt is what keeps you safe. The moment you let your guard down, cops come on.
Right.
Can't be too careful.
True.
Now, if you'll excuse me, and he starts to, like, in the middle of the fucking street next to your motorcycle, shove one foot with the sandal on into the spacesuit.
Didn't you have worn better shoes for this? I mean, I don't think open-toed shoes are really good for this.
Well, they're gonna be in a spacesuit, right?
Well, yeah, but still.
And he looks down at his other foot and like wiggles his toes and just goes, "I actually don't like wearing shoes or socks. My feet get really sweaty."
You know, that's not surprising.
What does that mean?
I mean, you had me take off my boots before I could go into your apartment.
Well, I didn't want you to trek mud. Oh,
Trekking mud. I don't got mud on my boots.
I didn't know that.
You could see them.
Yeah. You can't see all the microbials that are gonna fuck around and get all over my lab equipment.
Oh my! Look, she like puts up her boot. Look, it's fine. There's nothing on it. I
Looks
take
dirty.
care of. It's dirty. You're telling me it's dirty?
It's dirty.
Have you even looked at it?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
He doesn't blink. He's like unflinchingly just like, "Your shoes are filthy. That's why I didn't let you wear them inside my house."
If things go wrong, I'm gonna get a bucket of mud. I'm gonna throw
What
it
is
everywhere.
with everyone and saying it's not gonna go wrong? What are the odds even? It's
No,
gotta
no.
be like 19-2.
19-2. Why those numbers?
I like prime numbers.
They are neat, actually. I have to give you that.
Yeah. See, you're an engineer. You know.
Yeah, but still, like you can't ensure that there's not even microbials of mud or dirt or something.
He is just 100% committed to like, no, you're not wearing shoes in my house. And while you're having this debate, Legacy, you feel a little tip tap on your shoulder, and Marcus is standing there. He is wearing a baseball tee and a leather jacket, like with like a V stripe gray pattern to it, and some dark, very very slim cut pants with fancy kind of black matching boots to his jacket. He looks pretty fucking sharp. But he's also kind of like boring normal sharp, not like future sharp. He is not very futured up right now. He is his affect and his style is very much one of those like retro people who are like, yeah, the future is the past. You feel me?
Oh my gosh.
And he's standing there with one hand in his pocket, and he just goes, "Hey, how's it going?"
Alexa kind of like looks him over, and there's a moment where she's trying to figure out how she wants to react to him before she just kind of smiles. Oh, it's not too bad. It just pissed off a scientist. So that's always fun.
He like tilts his head, what scientist? That guy? And he points to Ben Getty, who is he's still wearing a lab coat, but he is like halfway inside a spacesuit now, like 2 feet inside, and his like lab coat is kind of bunched up around his waist as he pulls the spacesuit up.
Still arguing about dirt with Kaya.
Yeah, he hasn't taken his eyes off of Kaya, and he's still like narrowing his eyes, just like committed to the fact that he's like, no, your shoes are fucking gross. I don't want them in my house.
And Legacy just kind of like the grin grows a little bit bigger, and she kind of nods. Yeah, scientist might be generous, but close enough.
Marcus narrows his eyes and just goes, is he wearing a spacesuit from the 70s?
Maybe, possibly, probably.
Where did he even find that? What? Is this race going into the hyperlanes?
I think so.
Holy shit. And your roommate, and he like points to Kaya and he just looks at you and just goes, is gonna ride out onto the hyperlanes on a motorcycle.
Normally she's not that dumb, but apparently she is tonight. It'll be fun.
He puts a hand on his head and just goes, shit, that's cool. But, I mean, also extremely dangerous. But, I mean, it's probably fine. She'll probably be fine. You said that guy's a scientist, right? And he's got a spacesuit, so he must know something about this? What? Why does she have a scientist with her again?
Her bike might blow up, I think.
Marcus just looks at you, slack-jawed. He just does not have words.
She does the kind of like grin and kind of like the tongue between the teeth, kind of. Yeah. When I said the chic Black Pyramid stuff isn't our normal thing, I meant it. This is our normal level of crazy.
He just like, phew, wow, I mean, cool. I'm cool. It's cool. I've just never done. I mean, I'm also not into the Black Pyramid sort of vibe. That was a work thing. I'm sure you remember. But man, this is kind of cool, dangerous, but still dangerous. I don't know. I've never done anything like this before.
And she just kind of laughs, like, yeah, I've not done this stuff before. I didn't know Kaya did this stuff, but apparently she does. So this is, I guess, new for all of us. And as she's talking, she'll kind of like carefully like loop an arm around his forearm, giving him like a moment to like pull away before like leading him off to the side so she's out of the way of everything. But she keeps talking.
He does not resist. You like loop around his arm and start tugging him away, and he follows. He's clearly like pondering all of the information you have thrust upon him, and he is like, what the fuck? And that conversation is going on in the background. Kaya, at this point, Ben Getty has the spacesuit mostly on. You can see there's still kind of like lumps and like ruffles where his coat has bunched up underneath it, and he's like trying to smooth it out. But as he's doing that, still arguing with you about shoes, a person comes up to tap you on the back of the shoulder. And behind, you see what could not be a more opposite version of Ben Getty. He is tall with short blonde hair cut in sort of military-esque fashion. This man is ripped, like bodybuilder, sculpted. He is broad, and he's got this handsome chin with like just the right amount of stubble. He's wearing very similar clothing to what you would typically wear. He has a brown engineer's kind of jacket with the sleeves rolled up, and he's got coveralls underneath that with a shirt underneath that, and he's got working boots. And part of his arm, part of his right arm is cybernetic. The forearm area. And on that forearm area, you can see an attachment that you recognize. This is a portable tool bit attachment where he can store either drill bits, hammers, nails, all sorts of manner of things inside the space in his arm. So his whole arm is not cybernetic, only the part of it. And he holds his arms out wide and he just goes, "Legacy," or not legacy, Kaya. And this is Bastion.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is Bastion, right?
Yes.
Oh, hey. Quick question.
Yeah.
So, right. So, if you clean your boot, you know what? Never mind. All right, this is done.
He,
Look at Getty.
he like shakes his head and just goes, Ben Getty, like haughtily just, and then continues. You hear a zzz as he zips up the spacesuit all the way up the middle, and then he starts velcroing it. And then Bastion just goes, "So, you ready to ride?"
Just about. Just gotta put on a suit on.
Whew, you were braver than me. I would not be dead up there in that cold space vacuum.
That's what the suit's for.
Good point. Good point. But you're representing all of us down at the Union. Make us proud. Show these, and he like tilts his head towards those three younger, like neon kind of looking dudes. He's like, show these youngsters how it really goes down.
I mean, to be fair, I haven't exactly raced in a while. You should know this.
It never goes away. It's like riding a bike. You just get better at it.
Get
You
better
never
at
forget.
it. Right. Sure. Never forget.
So, I do got a question. Why do you have a passenger? And he
It's a
like
long
tilts his
story.
head, looks, and then tilts his head back. Ben Getty
It's a
is
long-
like attaching the helmet.
Yeah, it's a long story. Just there's a chance things might not go well. He's here to help that, but also, if that doesn't go well, you know, he's gonna die with me.
He, this dude, Bastion raises his eyebrows and he was like, he tilts his head and looks at Ben Getty and just goes, "Now I'll be honest, Kai, he's cute, but I will snap him like paper, or I will snap him like day old stale bread if he starts fucking around and you get hurt."
I'm sure everything will be fine.
Kaya squad rise up.
And then the Ben Getty tilts his head and just goes, "Huh?" Because his helmet's not transmitting.
Kaya face palms. Like everything's
He
gonna
smiles.
be right.
And he
Yeah.
like winks at Kaya and then winks at Ben Getty and just goes, "I'm gonna get out of the way because the race is about to start. Now you listen here.
Mhm.
Those boys over there in that neon puke-colored getup, they don't play fair. I've heard about them. They call them what is this? Some kind of like venom, street snakes. I don't fucking know. It's a weird name, but just you be careful. I know that this whole fucking thing is kind of up in the air and illegal, but you know, they don't play fair knowing that much.
Like
You stay away from them while you're riding.
stay away from him.
Do your best.
So, how unfair do they play?
And he shrugs and just goes, I've only ever heard stories, but I know that, well, and he looks at his arm and then reaches up and pops open the compartment and pulls out what appears to be like a oblong rectangular device, and he flicks it and it turns into a like medium-sized wrench, and he just goes, the type to bring along a couple of unnecessary pieces of equipment, if you catch my drift. And if I can do it, and he flips the wrench and then sticks it back in his arm and closes the compartment, just goes, they can too.
Right. Thanks for telling me. I didn't really expect it to go that far.
He narrows his eyes and just goes, Shane's not tell you that?
No, he kind of just told me that it was just a race, and he knew I had a bike. And that's pretty
Oh.
much all I knew. Then I get here and look at all this shit.
Yeah, as you've been talking and kind of palling around, more and more people have started to come up, and there's about probably 13-ish motorcycles, including yours. And all of these different motorcycles that come up, all of them have different makes and shapes and designs. Some of them minimalist, some of them incredibly intricate and complex. Some of them look like they look older than they actually are. There's this sort of appeal to making it look like a rust bucket, but it actually is this hot rod motherfucking massive rocket of powered bike style thing. But he just waves a hand, Bastion waves a hand dismissively at it and just goes, it's all show. You'll be fine. Look, those rough boys over there, there's only 3 of them, right? You got, 9 other people and yourself? The odds that they focus explicitly on you is very low. Plus, you just gotta outrace them. And he winks again.
I feel like outracing them will put a target on my back.
You better pull further ahead then.
Right. Yeah,
And
you know what? It's what? One thing to do? 2 things to do? What? Not die, race fast? It'll be fine.
That's my girl, and he gives you like a playful fist tap on the shoulder.
Yeah.
And he just goes, now if you excuse me, I gotta find my place in the stands before this shit kicks off. And he starts to hobble back up a few steps, skip, and then he pulls you can see him pull like a sucker out of his middle pouch on his jacket, and then pop a sucker into his mouth.
What's a sucker?
Like a candy, like a sucker.
Lollipop.
Oh.
Like a Tootsie Pop. A sucker.
Okay. Yeah. As he goes away, Kai just yells out like, "Oh, if you see Chain, smack him for not telling me what this was."
He throws a thumbs up over his shoulder as he runs back into the crowd.
All right. Yeah. Guys, gonna get dressed.
Okay.
Mhm.
And as he vacates the area, the square starts to clear, and out from the crowd walks a similar dressed to the people in Samurai Warrior. This person in a suit, or android rather, in this pressed and cut sharp suit, walks out into the square, and their voice projects much louder than you would think possible. They have an otherwise like perfectly sculpted head. It is this like faceted. I can't really describe it because it's like the surface around their head and face is metal, and it's like multiple panes of like flat surfaced metal that meet to create the features of a face, like a very, very rudimentary 3D modeled face. And because of that, they have no iris or eye colors. They just have the shape of eyes in their head. They have no hair, so they are bald. And they walk out and they project their voice and say, "Ladies and gentlemen, it's about time we kick things off. Riders, take your mounts and prepare to kick off. We are going to have fun." And he gestures his hand towards the long end of the street. And as he gestures, the lights in the area start to shut off and turn on in a way that makes it highlight like a track. Legacy, you would know just from your experience with the city infrastructure and like the hacking of the actual area around.
Damn impressive.
That is either an extreme feat of like hacking, or there's a lot of money involved with making the city do that shit. But yeah, the lights perfectly fluctuate so that it highlights almost like a video game. It highlights the neon course of where the bikes will go. And a couple riders walk over, throw their leg over their bike, and you hear the respective like bring as like several motorcycles start up. And that is where we're going to end the session.
Ooh.
Right at the beginning of the race.
God damn.
You better not lose my money. I'm gonna win this shit. I'm gonna hustle all of them, and then I'll probably like fucking start fighting everybody. It'll be great.
I figured like, man, there's no way if there's nothing else happening tonight, we might get to the race. Because there's a bunch of stuff that happens like as you show up, because this is a confluence of like 100 different characters.